Alright, first off, I'd like to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways where preach this word in all sincerity and truth. And this is the brother Irawam from the GMS Jamaica camp, GMS Intellect once more. And basically this is just call it a part 2 or an extended version of the breakdown edifying the Lord's household, which actually means building the Lord's household, because when actually build somebody's household, you can basically say you give them increase. So if you build a household, basically increase things unto you, whether it be mainly possessions, but also if you make sure say when you build a house, you make sure say it stand for many days, as in length, as in even after the, let's say me start a house, after my death, my house supposed to still stand based off of how it was built. So when you build a firm house, a house that can stand up to anything, which the scripture tells us say if you believe upon the words of Yahweh, then him liken you unto a man where build his house upon a rock, right? So with that, we just go through the article we go through the last time with concerning the household in ancient Israel. To give the brothers an idea what I talk about. Alright, this is from cruisechronicle.typepad.com, right? And it says this article is dated June 20, 2007. It's a household, family and household in ancient Israel. The idea family in ancient Israel was a more expansive concept than our modern conception of the idea. Family existed on 3 basic levels, right? It said first there was the bayat of the household. This was similar to our nuclear family of parents with probably 2 to 4 children, as well as multiple generations, but it also might include dead servants, slaves, concubines, resident aliens, meaning people will live with you, but basically them don't come from. So basically, if you're living in Jerusalem, a resident alien would probably be somebody who live with you, but them come from them Ephraim. Them basically born in the land of Ephraim, but them permanently live in a Jerusalem, right? So sojourners of people that travel all the while, and day laborers and orphans. So you can even take in orphans as well, and them would be under your household. Alright? That's the first part. The second, there was the mispaka or mashapak, which loosely referred to a clan. Right? So you have the first family or the first farmer household are basically them within your immediate house, right? And the other phase have to do with the clan, meaning the bigger family, right? Just like when you read the Old Testament, it tells us if you find Achan that are used to the bury the Babylonian items, then basically it pull lot from Theme clan, because it come down to certain father's house, and then when they come to the fathers, the different houses of that, and Achan family, basically the first thing we explain the bayat, basically them get chosen out of the mashapak, right? So it says the second was the mashapak, which loosely referred to a clan. The term was occasionally used of large social units, even the entire nation of Israel. Most typically, it is used in reference to residential kinships, groups consisting of several households. So, me can have a household, a next brother can have a next household, and we live in the same era. But the thing about it is we're from the same clan, meaning we have our fathers basically go back to the same lineage. So my father and female father might be brothers, but they are basically 2 different clans, right? And they said the third was the Matha, Mata, or tribe, which consisted of many clans. So they say you have it now. We have you have the Judah, just like as I say, we have all the way of Benjamin, but you have Saul house and you have the house the next Benjamite. Just basically when you get the idea. There's two different Benjamites living under different family names because them have different fathers. Right? Yeah. So that are the basic are the three major families, right? And a household is also a family. For you all who want it simple, right? You say there was polygamy among the wealthiest households and in the royal households of latter eras, but it was not clear how extensive polygamy may have been practiced beyond these contexts. The household was central place of nurture, education, and discipline. That said, it would be erroneous to read our modern notions of family into the household. So basically, it's the central household, right? A place of nurture, meaning you raise your children. You basically have food, clothes, raiment, shelter, right? Because the house sometimes when me used to read the scripture, I see house like when me younger in the world, but I probably just look upon house as in a building, but it's much more than this. It's not really about the building itself. It's about the structures and laws govern the people within that covering our that vessel, right? But they say the also was a central place of nurture, education, and discipline. So when we are as we're going at the first breakdown, we're showing edifying, to build up brothers spiritually and teach brothers basically what we are doing now to build up our household. Well, not our household, the Lord's household, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, basically to teach this word, edify the elect, so them grow in the spirit and reach this stage where Yahweh Shem Yahushai household may continue, right? So basically, she not there. We want Slovakia, right? So we'll continue go down in the article. It says ancient Israel was an agrarian society that required extensive cooperation for economic survival. Slovakia. Yes, ancient Israel was an agrarian society that required extensive cooperation for economic survival. Leah Purdue writes, social cooperation among families in the clan was necessary for building and maintaining terraces of converse the soil and reduce water runoff, for sharing a common water source, wells or streams, for constructing cisterns that retain water for the rainy season, for establishing and supporting the boundaries of fields, for harvesting crops, for judicial systems, and for a common defense. So, when I really look upon the whole nation upon a whole as a house now, them you need to have certain things in place for the survival. Not only this example of the economic survival, but it shows a whole heap of aspect side, That's why I tell you say we're a body, we're a body with different members, because the whole just like a family as you say, you have the head, you have the servants, you have the kids and all of that. So basically all of them have a role to play to make sure say the house is firm and strong, and also to ensure the continuance of the house and the growth, meaning bringing forth children, teaching the children in the right way, basically help the master's work to flourish, whether it be farming and all of that, and get him goods increase, It says, I'll continue. It says, a network of mutual care was necessary for households to survive crop failures and food shortages by droughts, blight, and disease. This network of care extended beyond the individual to tribes and to the sons of Israel, whose marginal poor include Levites, widows, fatherless children, resident aliens, debt servants, slaves, and sojourners. So the poor of the poor of a society, or our society back then, were included the Levites, widows, fatherless, so residential aliens, debt servants, slaves, and sojourners. So you always hear the scripture tell about the oppression of the widow, oppression of the fatherless, right? It shows that even the Levites weren't rich. So we are no priests. We are take over that priesthood now. So I guess Nathan them would have called the Levites them back then bums, because they say they were of the poor, yo. Right? It's the Israelites and early Jewish family in families in ancient Israel. Oh, it'll show where it come from, right? It says, in an agrarian society, land was essential to survive. Furthermore, the promise that God gave to Abraham and his descendants was inextricable tied up with each Israel family having a share in land as God's stewards. So basically, when we get the land, we are also we are be stewards, meaning we are servants. We are basically take care of the Lord land, meaning say for sure say we are servants, yo, because it tells us the Most High favor Jerusalem out of all the earth, right? It said 2 or 3 consecutive years of drought, crop failures, or other calamities could easily force someone to forfeit their land in exchange for goods to survive. Thus we may find attention given to the protection of the land ownership, most notable in Leviticus 25, but in other passages as well. But a household wasn't just the land. A household estate, which includes fields, orchards, vineyards, pastures, livestock, and the tools and implements for living and working. So even when I look upon the Lord say, oh, we are just in vineyards, He wants to say, oh, we are shepherds, right? Because we attend to in flock, livestock, all of that, we plant. We do all of that. Basically, the scripture give them their similitudes. We also get compared as virgins to Yahushai. We get compared, Zion itself compared as a woman, right? You have we are called sons. All of them things say, for sure say, we are truly the household of the Lord, because Israel is the servants of the Lord. But who are the servant will be this time around, or on this side, the one who make it off on this side, of them will choose to do them father's will or the master's will. And then the rest are going born back on the next side. Right? So ancient Israel was a patrilocal society. Adult sons lived with their father. When they married, usually within the clan, the bride came to live in the husband's father's house. You have Tobit as a good example, because when Tobias or Tobias they get him wife, and basically them send her with Tobias to Tobit house, and after that Tobit send them back and realize that them go back to the wife father house, right? So a separate structure was often added to accommodate the new couple, either attached to existing structures or adjoining a common courtyard. A group of households might typically be located together to form villages. Purdue suggests that most villages in Israel's early history consisted of no more than about 100 people. By the time of the monarch, some urbanization had begun, but this small rural village framework was present down to the time of Christ. In a way, family can be viewed as a concentric circle with the household at the center. The clan fathered out and the tribe existed out beyond the clan. But there is another dimension as well. The Israelites also had a strong sense of connectedness with their ancestors and with yet to be born descendants. These folks were understood to be part of the household, clan, and tribe as well, right? Because them will come before pass down the knowledge, and them will come after get built up and rooted and grounded for continue the well-being of the family, hence the clan, hence the tribe, hence the nation, right? When someone died, they were said to be gathered with their ancestors. As time went by, the ideas of clans and particularly tribe became somewhat fictive relationships without always having a strict biological connection involved. So how do these notions of household and family influence their understanding of God and of their mission in the world? How did it change over time? So basically that are the article. Now let's read one precept, right? To show say even with the building of a household, it really go back to the nurture, discipline, and education of that within that house, pertaining to all its members, that really make it strong, and basically we make it stable and continue to exist over a period of time, basically an everlasting kingdom. Because when I really look upon it, when we go in our land, we are going to have the laws them, and when we exercise them, we are going to have everlasting land based off our with customs with and how we operate, right? So this is Sirach 30 and verse 3. It says, "He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind that is like himself." Right? So there you have it, you basically when you teach and let that off, you don't come like say, you still a rule all the way left. Because all we want to get done, you basically build up your household to operate that way, so that it never decay, right? And we have the word wisdom. The word from the Etymology Online Dictionary says wisdom, knowledge, learning, experience. From wise, the adjective wise plus dumb, right? And the word wise, learned, sagacious, cunning, sane, prudent, discreet, experienced, having the power of discerning and judging rightly, right? I know that our first part. So when you're a wise person, you basically learn, you're discreet, you have the power to discern and judge rightly. And dumb, basically from the noun doom, Old English doom, law, judgment, condemnation. So when you have wisdom, basically you have a wise law, or a wise, or you judge with you basically have the power to discern and judge rightly with by using good laws. Then put it away, right? And when you go down to Gothic, doms, judgment or decree. And it said literally to set, to put. Right? So when I have a law, a wise, you basically have laws for set up structures and keep them firm. Right? I won't make this too long. Hope the brothers were edified. And with that, we'd like to say all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways where preachers were in all sincerity and truth. Shalom.